Welcome to Strip Coverlet. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
And we're here for Variety Hour.
A little variety. Everybody's favorite segment of the week. Nobody wants to listen to us talk about books, but they love us making fun of ourselves, that's for sure.
Or at least each other.
Yeah, that's something. Good dynamic that we have here, back and forth.
Yeah.
Got anything going on this week? Anything exciting?
No.
Well, of course not.
I got a haircut.
I didn't notice. I didn't, if you didn't notice.
I hate getting my hair cut.
Yeah?
I hate it.
Okay.
I don't like being sat in front of a mirror.
Okay.
It has gotten a little bit more tolerable as I've gotten older and my vision is garbage. So now as soon as I take my glasses off, I can't see myself anyway. I could be staring dumbly straight into the mirror and have no idea what's happening. But it's always, I hate it. There's a social expectation of conversation there.
Yes.
And I never have any, and it's not, like what am I going to talk to somebody about? Like, and it's not like, and I always feel extremely bad.
Okay.
Because I feel like I am condescending someone. Okay. But, I mean, what am I, because I feel like this is someone doing a service for me.
Yes.
And the entire time I'm thinking, what am I going to talk to them about?
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
so it feels condescending, but it's not how I mean it. I can't go, if I step out in the street, 99 people I won't be able to have any type of conversation about because I don't have the same life as them. I don't do anything like they do. True. I don't have a television, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I don't have the internet, for Christ's sake.
You can't sit down at the barbershop and you'll be like, oh, well, I just read Call the Wild by like Jack London. You want to talk about that?
It's not working, and it feels like this is the worst part. I can deal with awkward silence.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel bad because I feel like I'm condescending someone. That's the bad part for me.
I went to get a haircut once, and like the lady who was doing it, making the small talk, she's like, well, how's your week going? I said, yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, I just got published the first time this week. She's like, oh, anything I'd read? No. And we just like ended the conversation there.
See, that's condescension.
That is condescension.
That's condescension. But I just have a different life than basically anyone I know.
Okay.
And but it feels terrible. So to compound it this time, there's some guy, some Yagoff, some Yahoo across the shop talking about taking a trip to San Francisco or something. I don't know what he's talking about. And he's talking to his barber, the woman cutting his hair. What are they called? Is it barber? Like, I don't even know.
Hairstylist?
Hairstylist. Talking to the woman cutting his hair about it. And the woman cutting my hair jumps into their conversation.
Yeah.
Makes it even worse. Because then it's like there's a social expectation on all three of them for me to pipe in with something, and I'm not gonna.
I'm usually very quiet when I get my hair cut. I don't say much. I want to take you to the barbershop that I had growing up as a kid because I think like it's made for you. It's called King's Barbershop. He's owned the same shop for like 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
Still the same guy. He and his son are the only two people who cut hair there. And there is no conversation. You walk in, there is a cup of coffee that has never been shut off since like 1973. You go get yourself a cup, you sit down, read the newspaper. He'll call you when he's fucking ready for you. You don't say, I want my hair done like this. He looks at you like, you want a haircut? And you say yes, and he will cut your hair, and you leave. And it costs $6.
You don't get that done there.
No, I don't get that done there. It's my hometown. Costs $6 to this day. Used to, for $10, you could get the hot shave treatment as well. Lean the chair back and straight razor you, but you can't do that now because it's a health hazard.
Really?
Absolutely. You're using the same straight blade on multiple people, so you get a little blood on it. Even if you try to disinfect it, it doesn't get disinfected completely. A lot of barbers won't do it now because of that risk.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's a shame. Because like at the point that I was old enough, like I could go get the hot shave. They're like, yeah, we don't do that anymore. You want a haircut?
That's weird.
But I think you would fit in perfectly because no one talks there. It's always full of old men sitting and drinking coffee and reading the newspaper. But like unless somebody's just having a bad day and like it spouts off about there's no rain this week, silence. Dead silent. They don't play music. There's no TV. Just the sound of hair being clipped.
Yeah, that'd be perfect for me.
I think it's right up your alley.
Like the DMV.
Yeah.
Terrible experience, right?
Always.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that I have to be there.
Okay.
But the awkward silence doesn't bother me. Being around the people being around the people is terrible.
Okay.
But
I understand where you're coming from, because, like, obviously I don't get a haircut too often. But, like, I will let my hair get longer than I want it to be, especially, like, on the sides and shit, because, like, it'll take me weeks to be like,
yeah, I don't know if you.
Yeah.
Mine was terrible last time.
I got to build up. I got to go do this. I got to go get that haircut. It's just always an awful experience. It really is.
It's like a social anxiety thing, right?
Yeah, but see, I have, like, both ends of the spectrum, because Megan will be like, well, I can just cut your hair. You're just going to, like, buzz down the sides. I'm like, I'll go pay to get it done, thank you. Appreciate it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know.
There was a long time where I was cutting my own hair.
That's horrifying.
It really is. So I would just buzz around like the crown of my skull.
Yeah.
I guess that's called a faux hawk. So I had a faux hawk, or I would buzz it completely. But it's my razor is not as fast as it was.
Okay.
So I've stopped doing that now, but it worked for me. I mean, obviously I can't see the back, so maybe it didn't.
We had a guy I used to work with, military guy, so he always would cut his own hair. And it was just, the razor just... But, like, for some reason, he had, like, lines of skin in the back, kind of like folds on the back of his head. So when you'd see the back of his head, there'd just be, like, lines of hair because he missed them. And, like, he'd point it out, and he's like, I can't see it back there. I don't care. I'm like, good on you. Anyway, I had an interesting week. I did. We adopted a dog.
Adopted
a dog. Rescued a dog,
there
if
you
you would.
How from where?
From Wayside Waves here in
okay.
Kansas
So it was
City.
a literal adoption.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely so.
Oftentimes when someone talks about adopting a pet, it's, hey, I found this on the side of the street.
Yeah, I
That's
stole
not
this.
an adoption.
I stole this. No, we were going out to that ethnic festival that I told you about, yeah? We start getting close to it, and it is ungodly crowded. Like, I'm looking at it, like, it's going to take us at least 30 minutes to even find parking. This is awful. Because I expect it to be kind of a small thing, but, good for them. They're getting a good crowd, but, like, not what I wanted that day. Megan used to volunteer at Wayside Waves, so she's like, well, let's stop out there and just kind of look around. She's been wanting a third dog. I've been saying absolutely not. We don't need 3.
Third?
Yeah, we have 3. She has her dog, I have my dog, now we have our dog.
I didn't even know you had the second one.
Yeah, they're multiplying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not long until you're the crazy old dog guy.
I know, right? Better than the cat lady, but, it's fine.
You'll get there.
I know. So we go. They're having a big adoption special that's just packed. It's crowded. It's the Clear the Shelter Day. So I'm like, whatever. We'll go look at the dogs, say hi. And we get looking around, and there's one she's been looking at for weeks. And she's so excited because they're online now. And, like, I'm starting to get the idea. I'm like, this is planned. This is planned.
Yeah, this was not an accident.
This is not accidental. But the dog has adoption papers. Like, somebody, I'm going home with this family. So I'm like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. We can't take the dog home. So we get looking around, walking in the circles, looking at all the dogs, trying to, pet them best we could. Because, it's a good thing. It's a great shelter. They do great. But it is sad. I'm a dog lover. So, like, seeing them all caged up and whatnot. And we come across this dog who's just kind of sitting there, minding his own business, not doing anything. Ripe old age of 9 years old. So he's an old dog. He's got the gray muzzle. I don't know. I felt bad. Because, like, we've always talked about, like, adopting an old dog. Because a lot of times, dogs get older, they just get schluffed to the shelter. And that's honestly where they die.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That is horrible. So we get talking to this lady, and she's like, yeah, he's 9 years old, and he's had one owner all of his life. And I guess the owners had a kid. The kid had some mental handicaps, some major medical issues, and was terrified of the dog. And they thought maybe, as he got older, it'd get better, and it didn't. So, like, they couldn't keep the dog around him. The kid would just freak out. So they had to take him to shelter. So, like, he's had this great family all his life, and now a couple of years, honestly, before his death, he's going to live at the shelter.
Yeah.
So, I'm soft. I brought him home. He's wonderful. His name's Cooper. I didn't name him.
You didn't name him?
No. He is half Golden Retriever, half Australian Shepherd.
At 9 years old, I would have hoped he had a name, Dalton.
Well, that's the thing we were talking about, because, like, they're like, so what do you want to name him? I'm like, well, he's lived most of his life, so let's go with that. I don't want to, like, try to teach him his new name. But great dog. Well-behaved, trained, everything. Not an issue one. So that went well. Had a great time.
Good.
So we spent the week, hanging out with the dogs, doing all the fun dog stuff. Hit a couple wineries this weekend, just kind of relax. It was a good time.
Good.
Much needed. Work has been interesting. Not going to get into much about that. I like the job so far. It's just a fun training period. And school starts this week.
You excited?
I am. I figured I'd take one weekend for myself to hit a couple wineries, go relax, not think about it. But holy shit. I've already got an assigned reading list. It was 2 chapters in our textbook. I'm like, that's no big deal. I'll knock it out. So I looked at it a couple days ago. And one chapter is like 90 pages long. And it's basically called The Fundamentals of Grammar. Everything that you ever learned from K through 12 of grammar in one chapter. You need to know that. And while you're at it, memorize the International Phonetic Alphabet. You're going to need to know that as well. So, ask me again next week how I am.
It's not going to go well, Dalton. This is not going to be pretty for you.
It's going to be rough going, but I still think it's necessary. I still think it's good. It's just going to be different.
I am waiting for these stories.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a social interaction.
Oh.
A birthday party.
Oh, this is news.
It's my niece's party.
Okay.
Didn't go well.
No.
No. We got into a fight. She said some things she regrets. I said some things I didn't mean. But she's one now, so she's going to have to start acting more like an adult. She's going to have to start thinking of implications, thinking about other people's feelings as opposed to just hers,
Okay.
Not good. Did not go well. Was not strong.
All right.
Not a strong performance for the Adrian. But I think we'll get there. There were signs of promise in the relationship. Maybe things will be mended. But if she I will crush her if she carries on in this fashion.
I did some tie-dyeing with my sister and her daughter, my niece, very recently.
Are you popular with the niece?
The niece does like me, yes.
Just one niece?
This is my younger sister. She has 1 daughter.
Okay.
My older sister has 3 daughters. But the younger one came over. We were doing some tie-dyeing and stuff like that. I do enjoy some tie-dye.
Of course you do.
I do. You're going to be very proud of me because my what I can wear to work is basically jeans and a t-shirt. It's fine. I try to dress decent. Wear khakis maybe a couple days. Collared shirt. I did tie-dye a collared polo though, so I'm that guy. I am officially that guy. But anyway, my niece is over there and we're doing some tie-dye stuff and I've got mine all wrapped up nice. I'm going the colors of the rainbow so it'll all kind of mesh together. I'm like, where's the yellow? I need the yellow. I see she's got it. I'm like, hey, can I use your yellow when she's done? She's like, no, I like yellow. And just squeezes it and dumps the whole thing out. I'm like, I fucking hate kids, man. I don't like you. I don't like kids.
So you got in a fight with your niece over the yellow.
Over the yellow. Over the yellow.
Well, I mean, I would like to make fun of you right now, but I can't even, I don't even know what words to throw at you.
So with this whole work thing, you got to establish yourself when you first go in. It's you always dress nice that first couple weeks, for sure. Khakis, polo shirt, always dress nice. There's people with rips in their jeans, wearing a hoodie, and that's all they got, whatever. I'm I'm trying my best, good impression. But once that waiting period is done, after that first month goes by, tie-dye t-shirts, Converse, I'll be just fine.
That's the difference between you and me.
Yeah.
Again, that's the difference between you and me. After that waiting period, you want to slack.
Okay.
Right? You want to relax things.
Yes.
I won't say slack. I'll say relax things. After that waiting period, I'm looking for what I can change in order to make things work better and work better for me.
A great example, my brother-in-law, who does occasionally watch this channel, very intelligent man, incredibly intelligent. And he went to interview at a job once, and they offered him the job, and more money than I'll ever make in my lifetime is his yearly salary. But he said, what do I need to wear on the first day? And the guy basically said, I don't care. I'm not paying you for your clothes. I'm paying you for your brain. So show up.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I will dress the part and, establish the fact that I am capable of doing so. And then at that point, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to wear what's good for me. I'm upset that I can't wear my sandals. I got to wear shoes, but, whatever.
Right, but that's not what you want.
That's not what I want?
That is not, no. His situation was someone saying, you have qualities I value.
Yes.
I don't care what the rest is.
Okay.
Your situation is, I want you to hire me. And once I trick you enough, once I trick you just enough, all bets are off.
Okay. We made it past the hiring part. The hiring part's fine. I don't know. I don't see the point. If someone, I get it. If you're interacting with like customers or something, clients, anything like that, you do have to dress the part. I'm fine with that. I'm comfortable. I don't.
Well, but okay. So I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
What I'm arguing is, why are you trying to trick them up front?
Oh, what do you mean trick them up front?
That is exactly what you're saying.
You gotta dress nicely.
You want to establish. No,
you have to establish that you don't handle this shit. So in case
that is a bait and switch.
In case they have somebody coming, who is important, you do have to dress nice one day. They're not gonna worry about it. They're like, oh, he's fine. He's fucking weird.
Well, who
but
cares
he cleans up well.
Who cares if they worry about it?
He cleans up well.
I think that's well with my work. I think people are constantly worried about what I'm going to do. But then when they get there, they're like, oh, well, everything went well. Everything was fine. Nothing's on fire. And that is I don't know, that is fundamentally what I try to set up, is that, I don't know, that there's no, do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, I kind of see where you're getting at with that there.
Like, I'm not trying to trick anyone, but people automatically dislike me. People are automatically going to dislike me. So they automatically have a different set of values set on our interactions.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people think I'm extremely negative. When I'm not negative, I'm trying to be honest with things.
Realistic person.
Because I don't want to be disappointed.
Okay.
Right? I don't want this situation to get out of hand in the wrong direction. So I think people are constantly disliking me, which I'm fine with, but the job's going to be done. Like, just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've got this great vision of like what I would like to do. Granted, again, demonstration's been made. If you want to pay me more money and move me into a better position where I do have to dress nicely, I'm more than happy to do so. Capable of doing so as well. But if these are my requirements at this point, I'm going to dress very comfortable and wear my tie-dye shirt, and I would like to sit in my little office and have no one bother me. I will do your work for you, and I will do it well. And if you have an issue, I'm absolutely happy to help. But beyond that, I don't want to do all the social niceties. I don't want to go to the barbecues. I just want to be left alone for my 8 hours of work.
Yeah.
I will exchange my time for your money. Simple as that. That concept seems to be lost on people. And I cannot figure that out.
How do you mean?
Anytime you go to any workplace now, the big push is they're saying, oh, we're a family. We're the Walmart family. I'm like, I have a family, and I get drunk and tolerate them. I don't want a second family. I want to trade my time for your money. Thank you.
I have a family, and they don't like me. Why do I want to come here?
Why do you have a second one? Yeah. But it just blows my mind. And granted, some people are really into that. It does boost workplace morale when everybody's having a good time. But that's not my idea of a good time. I don't want to play games and go to the picnic. I just want to work Monday through Friday, and my Saturday's mine.
And honestly, I don't even want to see you having a good time.
This is not going to do anything for me.
And I know that I'm going to have to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I worked in a situation that was very much that way at one of these stores that I worked at. And my boss, oh man, she was overbearing.
Okay.
And called me handsome every day. Handsome. How you doing, handsome? Hey, handsome. Hey there, handsome. What are you doing, handsome? Bugged the shit out of me. Bugged the ever-loving shit out of me. And didn't say anything. Bugged me, but it's not harmful, right? Didn't care. That's fine. Whatever, lady. And she was very into the family thing. Okay. We're going to be a family as a store. A family as a store. A family as a store. I'm not. I don't want your time.
No.
Don't ask mine. And Sunday mornings, I worked every Sunday morning. And it was a ton of things that I had to do. Mm-hmm. And I motored through them. I got up, I got a coffee on the way to work, I got a coffee at work, I had coffee going at work. So I would just motor through these things, and eventually I would finish the day's work. Because in the retail world, well, not all the retail world, but the retail world that I was working at, Sundays was the beginning of the week. So you get that week off to a good start, boom, everything goes so much more smoothly. So that's what I was aiming for. And once in a while, I would get that work done in a good amount of time, and I would go back to the pharmacy, and I would talk to the pharmacy technicians and the pharmacists. And in general, when you're talking about specialty pharmacy retail, the people who work in the back half of the store are much more interesting than the people who work in the front half of the store.
Fair.
It just works out that way. I can't tell you why. I'm not going to go into details with it. It just works out that way. You have to take my word for it. So I would go back there and I would talk for maybe 30 minutes, something like that. You know, I got a world of work done. Good luck bringing someone in to get that work done. Give me my time. So my boss, with whom I had the relationship that, no, I don't want to talk to anyone outside of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm done outside of this. Like this, I am here these 40 hours.
That's it.
Don't toy with me outside of that. We got into a knockdown drag out at one point. And so by the way, everyone that worked in the pharmacy there was female.
Okay.
Right? There were young girls as technicians, women as the pharmacists. Happenstance, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah.
Didn't care. So we get into this knockdown drag out argument about, I think it was some community walk they were doing that I was not going to go to.
Yeah.
And then there was some softball game they were doing. Not a chance, baby. Not showing up. Kickball maybe, but softball, I'm not doing this. And she wanted me to participate. And I was like, look, I am not here for friends. I used that line. I'm not here for friends. I'm here to do work. And she looks at me and she says, will you have time for the girls in the pharmacy? At which point, I was so taken aback. At no point did I realize this conversation's not okay.
True.
Like, what are you doing here? I thought, the first thing on my mind was, oh shit, she's right. Because she was.
Okay.
I would go back there and talk to them sometimes. And so after that point, I had nothing. And I still didn't go on the walk, and I still didn't go to the softball game.
So I'm kind of...
But like, when I finally left that store, I left the company, all these things, moved across the state, I was getting text messages from all of my old coworkers saying, she thinks that you sabotaged. Like, she thought that I didn't train someone. She thought I had secret tricks for how I was getting ad tags up that were in the liquor section, which is very difficult because it's not done. They just send you a stack of ad tags.
You were just doing your job well.
I just had to memorize everything and go from it. So she thought I had sabotaged. She thought that I had tricks that I didn't pass on. She thought all these things after I left.
I'm a very difficult person in my work life because I do enjoy my social events and I enjoy going out and doing things, but by my own terms. I've had people, like when we are even filming, call me. If they work for me and they call me outside of work and they need help with something, absolutely fine. Anything you need. I'll be there this day. We'll figure it out then. If you're my boss and you call me outside of work just to bother me, I will be furious with you.
It's different, isn't it?
It absolutely is, because I don't call people unless, I don't call my subordinates and tell them to do things. No, absolutely not. If you need something, get a hold of me. But we had a company softball game about a year ago. It was a tournament. And they said, hey, why don't you come participate in this? It'd be a lot of fun. I said, absolutely not. Do you think I look like the person who's going to go play softball? Not happening. No. They said, no, it'll be a great time. We're going to go, in the mornings after work, so it's on your way home. You just stop by. I'm like, no, not doing it. They're like, what if we bring a 30-pack for you, and you don't have to play? Just come give us your company, sit in the dugout, have a couple beers, and make fun of us. I can do that job. That's fine by me. So I'd stop by after work for an hour once a week. I'd sit in my dugout, have my complimentary beverages, and just bullshit with people. I'm fine with my presence, but it's got to be by my own terms. I don't want to participate in the softball game. I don't want to wear the company logo. I will be the drunk guy in the stands making fun of you for doing so. And if you would like that, more than happy to join. More than happy.
I would be less inclined.
Really?
Once they threw out... Are you trying to trick me into something? What is this?
It doesn't bother me. It's just like, I don't want to play softball, no. I'm more than happy to give you an hour of my time if it's something I'm going to enjoy doing. But
no, I think I would be less inclined at that point.
But I don't know, this whole idea of the family workspace just drives me absolutely insane. Because again, going through this new job right now, people always have to, ask the general questions like, oh, do you have any kids? No. Oh, how old are you? I'm like, 28. Well, why don't you have kids? Because I don't fucking want them. Oh, okay. What are you doing after work today? Well, I'm going to class. I'm going to go home and I'm going to read. I got to get this done for this. Oh, okay. Like, I'm fine with being that off-putting person until there will eventually be people that I identify as that I get along with at work, and I'm fine to spend time with them because they accept the fact that I'm weird as hell.
Yeah, I think that, and this is something that's going to get me in trouble, so maybe I shouldn't say it. And I'm not saying this about all people with kids, but I think that there are some people that have children that got to a certain point in their life and they weren't doing much else.
Fair.
And they decided, oh, I'm going to raise somebody.
Fair.
Right? Like, is that fair?
I think so, yes. And, that's it's part of it.
So I'm not saying that about everyone with children.
No. And
but there are some people that you look at and you're like, yeah, you weren't doing anything else.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what else to do.
And there are some people who are...
Like, at this point, you have kids and you expect everyone should.
And there are some people who are very passionate about the fact that they want kids. That's something they want in their life.
Absolutely.
And by all means, go for it if that's what you want. At this point in my life, that is not me.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And there seems to be this double standard as well about when it's a woman who chooses not to have kids, that's empowerment. When it's a man who chooses, I don't want children, you're just crotchety.
Yeah.
You're just this crotchety old man, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. And
do you get that too?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And I always try to justify. I'm like, well, I'm looking at going back to school. I do this. I enjoy doing that.
Don't justify, Dalton. You don't want kids.
And I'm like, I just don't want kids. Maybe in the future, that's fine. But as of right now, absolutely not. I'm very comfortable with that. And it always just, it sparks an argument. It's always an argument. Why don't you want kids? Why don't you have kids? Why don't you do what I do with my life? I'm like, 'cause that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
And I always give them the argument, like, what are you going to do tonight? You're going to go home and take care of the kids and cook dinner and clean the house and go to bed very sad. I'm going to do whatever I want for the rest of the night.
See, you've gone in a much different shitty direction.
Yes.
Than the shitty direction I used to go in.
Mm-hmm.
I used to say, well, why don't you have kids? How come you don't read?
Yeah.
Things like that. And it would just create a bigger argument, and it would create more drama because I don't place qualifiers on your values.
My younger sister,
Don't do it with mine.
She sent me this little cartoon once, and it was called Captain No Kids. And it's just this guy with a bottle of whiskey wearing a top hat and a suit jacket but no pants. And he's at this park, where there's this family thing going on. And the people are talking to their kids, they're planning this, and he just kind of walks up and he's like, I'm just going to go chase this rabbit for the next 2 hours. What else am I going to do? I'm like, yep.
No,
yep,
but that's fair. But that's not fair.
That's fair.
But it's not fair.
And
because that's not what else am I going to do? It's
this is what I choose
else
to
do
do.
I get to do?
Yes, absolutely. And I made this argument as well. I went and adopted a dog this week because I wanted to. If I want to take off and go to Vegas for a week, it's because I wanted to. And I am afforded those opportunities because I've chose not to have children. Yeah. And I'm sure having children's a great thing, just not right now for me.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
And then, see that I don't know what we have to qualify things. I don't want to have to qualify things. This is my life.
Adrian lives his life how he pleases.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You'll wrap us up here?
That's Variety Hour.
That's Variety Hour, in a nutshell.
Hit the like button if you like hearing us complain about things. Hit subscribe if you would like to continue hearing us complain about things. And if you were so inclined to help us make more content here on Strip Cover Lit, there's a link to our Patreon, as always, to be found in the description below.
That's going to be down to the wire.
Goddamn table. How come this table's not squeaking now? There we go.
Woo!